Hey, what's going on, guys? Jay here from EasyBladeShavingProducts.com. Today we're going to show you guys how to shape a thick beard. So the first thing you're going to do is go ahead and put your client's head back. Make sure that he's nice and comfortable because this is a process. Next thing I'm going to do is grab a metal pick and I'm going to go ahead and pick the hair out as far as I can. Now the reason why I'm doing this because I want to make sure that all the hair is going to be even. Sometimes when the hair grows in, some of them grow longer than others, so we want to make sure we pick that beard all the way out. This way when we're shaping it, everything is nice and even. You don't want to pick it last. Next thing I'm going to do, make sure my clipper is nice and clean, and in this particular case I'm using a Wall Magic Clip cordless. Now the cordless is pretty cool because you can kind of get around the beard. You don't have to worry about wires and stuff like that. So the first thing I'm doing is just grazing over the beard and getting any of those loose stragglers hanging out. I'm going to keep this beard nice and thick, as I said, and just kind of molding it to the way I want it. All right, we're going to go along to the other side, same thing. Using no guard on the machine. The machine is closed. Just fix that little area over there, make sure that I can get all that hair. Now I'm just going over it, grazing the beard. Now this is more of a freehand kind of thing, so you got to make sure that you're comfortable with the clipper, because like I said, it's like kind of like shaping an afro. You got to have control of your hand. All right, so I'm going over it, just making sure it's nice and even using that machine. Now you notice I have lots of control of my clipper, trying not to gouge the beard at all. Just kind of, like I said, going over it. Just making sure anything that's hanging out, you want to go ahead and get that hair that's hanging out. So on the side, the same thing. Just kind of molding it, getting ready for my lineup. Going over that beard. Now what I'm doing here is using my 1.5 guard. And the reason why I grabbed that guard because he has a baldy and we want to blend that into the bald head. So what we're going to do is basically use that 1.5 and we're basically going to fade the opposite way, guys. So we're going to grab our 1.5 and we're going to fade the opposite way. So usually when you're fading hair, you'll be fading from the biggest clip to the smallest clip. This time we'll be fading, basically just fading up. As we get higher, we're going to a smaller clip. So usually with fading, you're using a bigger clip, and as you get lower, you're going to a smaller clip. So what I'm doing is just prepping that area right there because I'm going to blend in those sideburns. If you don't blend in those sideburns, he's just going to have a straight, hard line there. You don't want that. So I'll grab my 1 guard right here. I'm going to slap that on the machine as well, and I'm basically fading up. Okay, guys, so I'm fading the opposite way. Now you want to go ahead and do this on each side of the head. Flicking your wrist, making sure that as you get higher, you're flicking that wrist. Same thing on this side. Basically going to blend that beard. So that's like a backwards fade. Next thing we're going to do is use our 1/2 guard. Going to slap that on the machine as well. Do the same exact steps. Blending out that beard so this way when we line it up, it's going to look nice and sharp. You want to go ahead and do that, the same thing on the other side as well. All right, now I took off the guards and I'm just using the machine itself. 0, no guard. Got it closed. Now I'm going to go ahead and close that all the way at the top of the beard. And as I get higher, I'm going to open up that machine. As I get lower, I'm going to open up that machine, if that makes sense. So we're basically fading the hair backwards. So imagine a fade upside down. That's going to give you a nice transition from the bald head into the beard, basically. Not giving you such a hard line. You don't want to leave your customers with the curly hair at the top of them. If they got a bald head, you don't want to have a bunch of hair up there. You got to blend that in, guys. Same thing on this side. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my T outliner, and I'm gonna start to shape the outside of the beard. Now, if you watch my videos in the past, you know I like to start on the outside of the beard to just make sure that it's nice and clean. So we're gonna do like an L shape. So we're gonna basically go on the side, like we're creating the L, and we're gonna go under the neck. And you want to go ahead and complete this task on the other side as well. Same thing, nice and straight. So we go ahead and hit the top of the beard. Now all the detail is basically going to come when we hit it with the straight razor. We're going to go ahead and apply some enhancement on this beard as well. So I'm just going around with my T outliner, using that corner of that blade to create that circular shape. And like I said, I don't like to do too much detailing with the machine because, you know, that straight razor is what really gets it going. Now, as you guys can see, as I blended, the same way how I blended in the beard, how it's like blended right into the bald head. Again, you're gonna see more detail once I hit it with that straight razor. I'm gonna go ahead and get under the neck. Again, same thing. Just keeping it a little low, that's how he wants it. I'm just gonna make sure all that hair is nice and clean. Same thing on this side. Now you guys can see how straight and you guys can see how straight that beard is, how clean it is, no hair hanging out. Kind of grazing it a little bit with the T outliner as well whenever I get a chance. T outliner is pretty sharp as well, so if I see any hairs hanging out, I'll kind of graze over it with that T outliner as well. I want to go ahead and get this corner as well. Making sure it's nice and straight. Getting that hair out of there. All right, grazing it over with the T outliner one more time. Any little hairs I see sticking out. With these particular beards, you got to kind of be like a perfectionist. You know, you got to make sure nothing's hanging out, making sure that it's nice and clean. They have that nice crisp look when they leave the shop. You want them to have that look and that feel. So we're gonna go ahead and shape up the mustache a little bit. Again, detail will come in with the straight razor. Don't go so crazy with the T outliner. I'm gonna go ahead and apply some enhancement on the beard before I go ahead and use the straight razor. I just want to fill in any of the spots on the beard that I feel are just not there. Make it look nice and full. This enhancement probably will last them a day or two, not too long, but it'll basically enhance the beard to make it look a lot more sharp. So I'm going ahead and apply my straight razor, going over it, making sure it's nice and sharp. There you have it, guys. A crisp beard, sharp lineup, bald head.